G'day beautiful people, welcome back. We're taking a look today at a build that I have for my main man Narbash. Alright, the build is just called Narbash. That'll do. It is growth and it is order. Alright, so starting off with the cards, we have Lamplighter, cheap wards, get them. There's no excuse if you're running order on a support, which you probably should be majority of the time. Wards. Next up we have Chanting Shaman. One thing I'd actually like to point out as well, which I always forget to mention, if you're playing support, do not put one intellect on and grab your first card, or one vitality and grab your first card, and then sit at base waiting for 300 to grab wards. It used to be okay when it was a 2v1 lane, because you're leaving your carry in a 1v1 and he can sort of keep himself safe. If you sit at base and wait for 300 coins to grab a ward as a support right now in a 2v2 lane, you are doing it wrong. You're a bad support. Slap yourself on the wrist. It's not okay. You're leaving your carry in a 1v2 and that's not okay. Don't do it. There's no need for it. You can either grab one of these early cards and then back at about 2 minutes and grab your wards when you're going to need them, because 2 minutes onward is rotation time. So there's no excuse for it. Don't do it. We have Chanting Shaman. Very good card for a support to start with. 75% extra mana regen for each nearby ally. So while you're in lane, you've always got an extra 75% mana regen at least, because you're with your carry. Exoskeleton just good for trading a little bit when you do go in. Radiant Healer, just a decent early game support card in order. 3 intellect, which you're probably going to be going into anyway, as most supports, or all supports really. Maybe not steel if you're supporting in steel. And yeah, you get some health and health regen for you and your allies. Then we have Build Fortification, just in case you need it, to make sure that no damage is being done to your structures when you don't want them to be. Then we have Protective Sentry, which we'll grab a little bit later. We have Crippling Glare, which, never mind the attack speed, the basic armor is helpful, but the active itself reduces target enemy hero movement speed by 80%. It fades over 4 seconds. Then we have Gates of Salvation, an amazing order card, love this card. Malak's Prayer gives you health and basic armor. Heal nearby heroes for 275 health. Healed allies gain 24 basic armor for 20 seconds. Nailed the fucking English on that one. Then we have Vital Waters, health and health regen. Increases all your healing effects cast and receive. So your ability will be your Song of the People. Song of My People will heal for more. Also your health regen will be a little bit better on yourself. Just the health is just really good. Vengeful Maya is a great growth card. 300 health, 25 basic armor. It's pretty cheap. It's only 8 points. Applying movement speed slow to nearby enemies after taking 300 damage. That's going to happen a lot to Narbash because he's freaking fat and he's hard to miss. And then we have Unbroken Spirit. Now, as a support, we all have the dream of having a 36 point full build on our supports, but the majority of the time you're not going to get there. It's pretty unrealistic to think that, I'm even going to get 7, 14, and what is this? This is a 12. So that's 36, 26. Yeah, 26. It's pretty far-fetched to believe you're even going to get there a lot of the times. Like, it's, if you're having short games, you're not going to get there. But what I would generally tend to do is, myself, depending on who we're going against, if I'm against a melee support while I'm playing a melee support, I'll take Chanting Shaman. If it's a Muriel or a Decker or someone that's got long range poke, I would take Exoskeleton. And then around about 2 minutes, as I said, I would back and go and get my wards. From there, I would just work my way towards getting Gates of Salvation. And probably an extra 2 points into Vitality just so that I can get wards when they come along. I'd come along, I'd probably grab both of these cards on my wards towards the start. I would put another point into Vitality so that I can end up switching Exoskeleton for Protective Sentry. Start working along the Intellect tree. Once I back and I have the points to exchange Protective Sentry with Exoskeleton, I will do that. And then I will replace Shaman for Gates of Salvation. From there, I will work towards actually getting Vital Waters. And keep in mind, we'll have a spot free here anyway. Work towards getting Vital Waters, so then we'll have Gates of Salvation, Vital Waters, and Protective Sentry. And then I would be pretty happy with that, actually. Ability Armor, Mana Regen, some heals, better healing, more health. But a lot of the times when I get towards the very end of games and there's no tier 2s on the map sort of thing, I don't tend to worry too much about the wards. It's only really wanting to ward Prime and stuff that's really the big thing. So I would really want to get something like Malak's Prayer or Vengeful Mire, something with some health and some armor. My dream build for this would be, if there's not a lot of hard CC, to go for Vengeful, Vital Waters, and Gates of Salvation. If there is a lot of hard CC, I would probably want to go for Gates, Vital Waters, and Unbroken Spirit. Those three combined would just end up giving you 25 ability armor there, 30 there, so that's 55 on top of the 30 you already get, which is 85, which would probably, what would that be sitting you at? Probably about 42% ability damage mitigation. You would have 360 health there, 265 health there. It's just really nice for him to have a good amount of health and armor, because he's going to get hurt a lot. So like I said, I would work for Gates, Vital Waters, and then either Vengeful Mire for low amounts of CC and Unbroken Spirit if I was worried about CC. But apart from that, you could even think about taking Gates off and running Malak's Prayer if you were wanting to get in and tank a little bit of damage. Malak's Prayer, Vital Waters, and Vengeful Mire would actually be a pretty decent shout, or Malak's Vengeful Mire or Unbroken Spirit. But really, these 5 cards here are pretty much the best endgame cards you're going to have. Remember, put wards on if you need them. Don't do what I do, guys. Not necessarily doing it right. Any combination of these that you see fit will do you well. It's pretty okay curved build. As far as the gems go, we have Healing Towers, Damage Reduction, Damage Return. You cop a lot of damage with Narbash because he's big. It's hard to miss him. So, people are going to hit you. Then we have Auto Shield, Mana Fountain, Spell Shield. I find that having Auto Shield and Healing Towers, obviously, for afterwards, just allows you to cop a little bit more damage at the start, because you have the ground to cross. If you're up against, say, a Murdoch and a Muriel, you've got Murdoch and Narbash, you have to make up ground between you and the enemy, so you can get poked before you even get there. So anything you can do to keep yourself with some health, like Exoskeleton, the health off a Radiant Healer, things like that, early game health, very good. That's the build, guys. Narbash build. Hope you like it. If you do try it and you like it, let me know in the comment section down below. If you think it's absolute trash and you tried it, let me know in the comment section down below. If you think it's trash but you haven't tried it, probably just, I don't know, have a cry because you haven't used my build and you're upset that you haven't used such an amazing build. If you enjoyed the video, guys, smash the like button and subscribe if you're not already. Thank you so much for watching. Love your face. Go to the next one. Peace.